My name is His Royal Majesty Asuquo-Otu Asuquo-Otu Meseme the 6th. I am the Paramount ruler of Odukpani local government area in Cross River. I got introduced to the Prevent Council sometime in the year 2022. I was actually excited, to get introduced to the organization because of the objective of organization to ensure peace in the Niger Delta region. As a traditional ruler, we naturally carry out arbitration in matters, in communal matters, intercommunal matters, in our various domains. But with the training which I was exposed to, my skills in arbitration and mediation were actually honed. The training actually focused on approaches and methodologies for handling conflicts. Before, we were doing it well, the traditional way. But this came as an alternative means of conflict resolution, which we had to imbibe. And we found it extremely useful. Remember that arbitration is not a court of law, and we don't have such powers. But it's actually to ensure peace and entrench peace in a community. So that is what the Prevent Council has actually achieved by telling us, look, these are the methods by which you have to adopt in order to ensure the cooperation of the parties who are in conflict. There was a disagreement between the Odukpani clan, where we are now, and the neighboring village, which is New Netim. The matter has been ongoing, lingering for a long time. We have done everything possible to reconcile the two factions, but it appears that the factions are not willing to actually come into agreement. The thing is over land. The other faction, New Netim people, are actually, according to them, that they are settlers here in Odukpani, and they came in the early 30s. But after a while, the landlords who are the Odukpani local government observed that the people had tried to attack them. So our efforts at reconciliation have not yielded fruits, because the landlords who are the owners of the land are very apprehensive that if they reconcile with these people, there's going to be a repeat of that attack. A lot of lives were lost, yes, in the mayhem. The other challenge which we were able to surmount was actually in the key area where there were a lot of killings. And we stepped in, and with the effort of my traditional rulers, we were able to stem the tide and restore peace. At a point, by the time we started, people were not traveling to those parts because they were, fear of being killed by the warring factions. But today, thankfully, peace has been restored and economic activities have all, continued. We had this problem with Ikot, which is a community in Odukpani local government, had a running war. It actually started in January year 200. Where the Iboku community in Akwa state attacked Ikot community, Ikot. The killings went on until 2022. After this training, I had the benefit of this training by the Prevent Council. So based on the skills which I was able to acquire, I now approached the traditional ruler of its local government and approached him and talked to him about the need for both factions to sheathe their swords, because we're losing so many people in the war. And thankfully, he too saw reason, called his people and advised them to stop. Since January 2023, we have not had one single incident of attack on either side. The burnt houses, killed people, is a boundary issue, which we, the two states have even invited the federal government to intervene and now demarcate the boundaries properly. The hostilities had since stopped, thanks to the skills which we picked up from the training by the Prevent Council. Honestly, the communities in Odukpani local government now see us as an alternative court. You can see this is my colleague. We are members of the arbitration panel. All the matters affecting them, in the communities are brought to us for adjudication. I think they are very, satisfied with our approach and the methods which we use in resolving these issues. We are not a court. We tell them we are not a court of law, and if you are not too happy with the resolutions we have made here, you are free to approach the court for redress. Honestly, there was an issue after we had adjudicated an issue. One party now went to court to file a case in Odukpani High Court. So we were to give them our final verdict, so to speak. So for that reason, we had to stay action on delivering the verdict. He went to Odukpani High Court. And after about 9 or 10 months in court, the learned judge now referred the matter back to this arbitration panel, that we have the competence, and that matter is within our jurisdiction, and that we have the competence to adjudicate the matter. And we did, and everybody was happy. It was actually a chieftaincy issue. And the man, the rightful person, was now installed as the clan head, and His Excellency the Governor then gave him a certificate of recognition. So that is a plus for us, that at least we have that recognition from a court of law. In fact, His Excellency the Governor has sent word across to us, we traditional rulers, that he wants us to all have arbitration panels. Even if you don't have it, you have to create across the state in obedience to the governor's instruction, order. And because of the usefulness of this Prevent Council, we are going to entrench it. It's actually part of Odukpani Traditional Rulers Council. I can't speak for the whole state, but I think I can speak for Odukpani, that this thing has come to stay. I must say that the establishment of the Prevent Council is a very welcome development. Yes, they are doing a yeoman's job with a very little resources at their disposal. Companies and organizations should step up and fund them so that they can now train more and more traditional rulers in the art of mediation and arbitration.